Hey, good evening, guys. It is Wednesday. It's hump day, and guess who's back? This guy. All right. Been a long trip since I've been in the studio. I've been to the Southern Hemisphere and back. Floated down the Amazon, and we're going to talk about that. But first off, I got to tell you, we are in the amazing
Bozard Ford Studio.
I'm sorry, that was pretty weak. We are in the
Bozard Ford Studio.
We'll work on it. I know you guys are new here. All right, but I got to tell you about the amazing people at Bozard. For over 75 years, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been a trusted name in St. Augustine, built on family values, honesty, and doing things the right way. With over 1,200 vehicles to choose from, no surprise pricing, and the Drive Happy guarantee, Bozard makes car buying simple and stress-free. That's the Bozard difference. Their state-of-the-art facility features 91 climate control service bays, a quick lane for no appointment maintenance, and over 40 service vans that will come to you. That's an amazing feature. And don't you forget Ford's Garage Restaurant right there on site. Just off I-95 and State Road 16, Bozard Ford Lincoln. They're driven to inspire.
Alrighty, made in the USA, Synergy Power Solutions designs innovative portable power systems that can replace traditional fuel generators or make them work smarter. By saving fuel and combining reliable energy storage with solar power when it makes sense, Synergy Power delivers efficient, mission-ready power anywhere it's needed. Their rugged, proven systems have been fielded worldwide and trusted in the toughest environments. When power matters most, count on Synergy Power. Call 800-793-4364. Synergy Power Solutions. Smarter power anywhere.
All right. And I got to tell you about my favorite people. They'll be at trivia tonight, by the way. You're
Okay.
my favorite people, but they're also in that same group.
We appreciate that.
What's that?
We appreciate that, MM.
Yeah. For trusted financial guidance with a personal touch, turn to Hebert Kresge & Associates CPAs, serving St. Augustine since 1989. With over 125 years of combined experience, their team offers expert services in tax planning, estate and trust work, business valuations, payroll, and more. Whether you're starting a business or planning for the future, they deliver smart, customized solutions that grow with you. Call 904-460-0747 or visit HebertKresgeCPA.com. Hebert Kresge & Associates, where your success is their mission.
When comfort can't wait, homeowners trust Powell Heating and Air. Serving St. Augustine and the surrounding area, Powell offers expert heating and air conditioning service 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, with flat rate pricing and no overtime fees. From new system installations to emergency repairs and routine maintenance, their skilled team services all makes and models. With a fleet of trucks and a fully stocked warehouse, Powell is always ready to help. Call 904-794-COOL. That's 904-794-2665. Powell Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business.
All right. We have other incredible sponsors like Meehan's Irish Pub, A.D. Davis Construction, St. Augustine Distillery, Citygate Spirits, A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing, Anastasia Diner, Moultrie Creek Diner, Brightway Insurance, St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum, Synergy Power Solutions, which you just read, right?
I did.
Yep. Sorry. And
That's okay.
I'm new here. I've been off.
You got jet lag. We're giving you jet lag.
I'm going to give you this one back,
Thank you.
and I'll take these two. And how you guys doing?
Good. We survived without you.
Yeah. So
Matter of fact, we didn't change the locks. We let you back in.
well,
It is your studio.
I appreciate you guys holding down the fort for me and stirring the pot while I was gone. So you guys did an excellent job on that with the morning show. So Blake and Amanda, way to go. Good job.
Right.
So
I got out scot-free. Go figure.
We appreciate it. So yeah, the real
How'd that manage?
The real liberal,
Right.
Didn't get called a liberal. Our token liberal. Well, actually, Blake's a little on the liberal side.
Yes, he is.
You know, he's got those, but I want him to be that way. He's young.
Right. He's got my back.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Be optimistic and hopeful.
I am young, so yeah.
What's the rule if you're not a Democrat at 20, you have no heart, and if you're not a Republican at 40, you have no brain?
Or no money.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, or no money.
Right.
Yeah.
More to the point.
Yeah. So, but appreciate you guys holding down the fort for us. We had an amazing time. You know, we got to go to the Amazon. We got to go into the Andes. We got to see the San Francisco Basilica in Quito.
Okay.
And it is, besides the Vatican, it's possibly the prettiest building I've ever been in my life.
Really?
I mean,
Okay.
it is absolutely phenomenal. You can Google the pictures. It's the San Francisco Basilica in Quito, and I'm telling you, it was a building that was just amazing. And I use the word. I've been told I use the word amazing too much, but it fits.
If it is.
It fits here.
Right.
So.
Well, I will say that, you weren't gone for that long because we didn't have time to rearrange the furniture, change the curtains, nothing. But boy, did you pack a lot into that trip, considering the amount of travel you had to do to get where you were going.
Yeah. So
And come home.
There's the church right there. But if you can get something on the inside, Blake, that really doesn't even do it any justice at all.
Looks like the Alamo on
It was
steroids.
it was. Believe me, it is impressive.
Cool.
And everything there was. They used the American dollar.
Ecuador.
Their war with Peru and Ecuador left Ecuador in a really bad financial state. They had, there it is right there. Yeah, it's impressive.
Ooh.
It
little-
is absolutely
little guilty?
impressive. But I'm glad we made the walk to go to that. But they use the American dollar there.
Makes life easier.
And it is incredible. Like Rebecca and I did 2 full chicken dinners, like nice chicken dinners with rice, with the vegetable aside, and 2 bottled waters. And our bill came to $9.
Wow.
I gave them 15, and they came out and hugged us. I mean, it's just really different what we have here in the United States. We did probably the most impactful thing that we did is we visited an authentic Amazon community, and I would say their name, but I don't want to screw it up and be disrespectful.
Okay.
But that's where I sent you guys the picture of the
Yeah,
of the weevil I ate.
Look, how much did you tip on that meal?
Well, yeah, I actually won that privilege
Okay.
because I remembered when the community ladies introduced themselves, they brought another one out and they said, "What was her name?" And I was the only one who remembered her name. And then that's how I won the privilege of eating this red weevil. Yeah, it was very chewy. Didn't have a whole lot of flavor to it.
Okay.
Definitely have eaten worse things, but it gave me a little Montezuma's. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it was that or the catfish that I had that day, but I'm blaming it on the
So if you're eating
On the
red weevils,
on the weevil.
put a good sauce on it.
well, and they did.
Okay.
Like,
Oh.
I had the option. There it is, right there. That's me eating
Yeah.
it. And he dipped over. I had the option of going hot,
Spicy hot?
spicy, sweet, or just all by
Naked?
itself.
Right,
All by
okay.
itself. So, and then I ate another one that was smoked. That was completely different flavor.
Oh, all right.
The same weevil, just smoked later. So, I might have should have stopped at one.
Right. But the smoke, now, the first one you ate, was that cooked, boiled, blanched in any
No,
way?
it was alive.
Okay.
So, Blake, I'll send you the video of it in the bowl.
And the
There
smoked
it is,
one.
right
that-
there.
So
Blake,
then the
Blake
smoked
put
one.
it up already. He
Okay.
already had it up
Yeah,
there.
he comes and
He
goes.
goes.
Right. I saw those. But then the smoked one, I would presume, is cooked.
It was cooked.
Okay.
Yeah. So in their kitchen, they have like a fire that kind of sits out in the open, and they all just sit around like we would a dining room table, but they sit around that fire. And the smoke, they have baskets that are above it, and that's how they smoke everything.
Catch the
So
smoke.
most of the
That's cool.
stuff that they cook is smoked, more than a lot of other things. So it was cool eating the cacao.
Cocoa, yeah, the
Yeah.
cacao beans, yeah.
The cacao beans themselves, and how those things look. It kind of get
Right.
chopped, and then they just pull them out, and they're like
White,
they call them like marshmallows.
yeah, I mean, it's a string of white beads almost.
So
No. I actually noticed in one of your videos. I believe it was the third one. Were you with a tour group during that, or?
yeah, we had a group this time because of the way we had to travel. The first day we were on our own, and we got to Quito, and we were able to go to. We went to the Basilica by ourselves, and we went into the town and all that by ourselves. But when we went to the Amazon, because it's so isolated, there was 19 of us in our group. So we did trails and in the tribe, in the community.
And that was how you had to get up there by canoe to get to that village.
Yeah,
correct?
we had to go there by canoe. And to me, the coolest part is in the afternoon on the first day, about 3:00 in the afternoon, we all load up in the canoes, and the people that wanted to do it got in inner tubes.
Right.
And then we floated down the Amazon, which was like a 2-mile float, about a 45-minute to an hour float, because the water's constantly
Took the
flowing.
current, right?
And that, to me, water was probably 75 degrees. The temperature was probably 75 out. It was perfect, perfect weather for it. And then we went up into the Andes, and I did suffer from,
Little altitude.
I'm born and raised at sea level.
Right.
And I knew I had altitude issues from hiking before, and even at lower levels than where I was. So the altitude did affect me when we got up into the Andes. So had a headache.
Yeah.
So do all the precautions. If you go to a high altitude location, do all the precautions. Drink lots of water. Drink or take some aspirin. Do all those things. Or if I'll go next time. If I go again, I'll get a prescription for high altitude. So because it made me feel very sluggish.
Yeah.
Which kind of stole away from the thing. But it was cool that when we were in the Andes, we stayed in a hot springs hotel. So the hot springs, like our room was here. The hot springs, we took like 10 steps and we were in the hot springs, our own private hot spring.
Dipping your toes right in there.
We just, you walk right in and have a seat, and it was incredible.
Nice.
I didn't say amazing. I said incredible.
No, that's good. It's good to know you're versatile with your adjectives.
Yes.
When you were in Quito, did you feel tall?
I felt I didn't feel short.
Right.
But yeah, most of the women are usually fairly short, and the men are. Quito was a little more average height than when we were on the Amazon itself. The Quechuan people, hopefully I said that right. Anybody's watching, because I told them to download. If anybody's watching,
right.
If I didn't say it right, I apologize. They're all fairly short. So you got a pretty good blend of different cultures in Quito,
right.
in the big city.
Right.
And where we were at on the Amazon is we only saw that one community that was really close to us.
Mm-hmm.
And everything they do is, they get to the city by canoe. And during the time in 2020 we don't talk about, not a single person got sick.
Right. Well, a lot to be said for isolation.
Yeah. Well, and like the statement they made, that was probably one of the most powerful statements is you guys have a lot of things we don't have, but we have things you'll never have. And it was 100% true. I mean, they were happy families. There was 25 families that lived in this community, and we appreciate their sharing
Right.
their knowledge and everything with us. So
Yeah. So I do have to ask, because you happen to be out of the country during our most important sporting event of the year. What did Ecuador do during the Super Bowl, or what was?
there was a gentleman from Canada who was able to get it on Starlink, and I got to see part of the beginning of the fourth quarter.
That's all that mattered.
And then we lost service.
Too bad. You got there just when it was getting good.
Yeah. So
If you saw that, then you thought the Patriots were competitive for the first 5 minutes of the fourth quarter.
yeah, they looked like they were making a little run there.
And then the interception ended all of that.
Well, I had the under.
Yeah.
And with the 4 minutes to go, when we lost service in the fourth quarter, I was looking really good. I think it was 22-7
Right.
at that point. So I was looking really good on the under, and I still hit.
You squawk under. Yeah.
Yeah, I
snuck under.
squeaked out
Right.
an under,
right.
but I mean,
yeah.
I thought I was sitting pretty.
Right.
Because I had the Seahawks in the under. So I didn't get to see a whole lot of the game, but the game looks like it was not one of the most exciting
It was not.
Super Bowls of all time.
People are calling it boring, but at a certain point in time, you've got to appreciate that it was two of the better defenses for the year going head to head. There were certainly some nerves, it seemed, on Drake May's part because he was off on a lot of his passes. He reminded me of when Trevor Lawrence
Seattle
has a bad
seems to
game.
do that to a lot of teams, though.
Yeah.
Seattle's, what was Yogi Berra's famous saying? Good pitching stops good hitting, and vice versa.
Right.
Well, sometimes that defense stops good offenses, and vice versa.
Yep.
So
Yeah. He was sacked. Drake May was sacked 6 times. So he really wasn't getting the time to be able to set up. And it took him until, again, the beginning of the fourth quarter to get into any kind of rhythm, at which point in time the game was not out of reach. And they were driving down to tighten it right up when that interception happened, and then it was all over but the clock ticking.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Seems like the biggest controversy was the halftime show.
again,
And we talked a little bit about the other side doing a Kid Rock thing, and I think that bombed
yeah,
time too.
from the looks of it, there are about 135 million people watching Bad Bunny and 6.1 million people watching Your Buddy Bob. And by the way, for the people who said they couldn't understand Bad Bunny, what is babada weebada babada babada boop bop bop diddy diddy diddy? Kind of what it was. I mean, he was singing in syllables. He wasn't using words for one of his songs.
Baba is the song he ends every concert with, and it means nothing.
Yeah, and it's not any more legible than the Spanish was to me. So, it was pretty interesting. But,
It made him a very wealthy man.
sure.
So just like with Bad Bunny. So and I mean, it's aggravating to me when I read, oh, he's not American. No, Puerto Rican
That's just-
citizens fight in our army.
That's just
They are
ignorance.
U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
So
Right.
let it.
And poor Kid Rock had to come out and defend himself today or yesterday, saying, I wasn't lip syncing.
Yeah.
When the camera was on me, you were listening to the DJ was doing it, and it wasn't me. It was, so the poor man had to come out
Yeah.
and sort of,
I can
go.
tell you this: when he performed here, he was the most impressive musician I had here, and I think it was because I underrated his talent
right.
and his skill set. To this day, that is still my favorite concert ever at St. Augustine Amphitheater. Was Kid Rock. I mean, what it helped us boost us to that next level probably had a factor to do with it, but because he did an extreme underplay, it's when he came out with the song All Summer Long,
Right.
probably his best-selling song, hit right before that show, and we absolutely crushed it that night because of him, and he, like I said, he was a true gentleman to the entire staff and
Right.
and to myself.
Good. Well, look,
That's good.
the one lesson I carry with me is, you deal with people the way they deal with you. You don't have to take other people's friends. You make your own friends. You don't have to take other people's enemies. Deal with people how they deal with you. If you get along with somebody, there's no shame in whether or not somebody else gets along with them. Just treat people as they are and, enjoy that.
Well,
You don't have to worry about anybody else.
Well, one of my favorite quotes, and when I get aggravated with people, I really have to try and focus on doing this, is I will treat you like a gentleman, not because you are, but because I am.
Right.
You can only control yourself.
Right.
You can't control the other person. And when I see things online and different attacks, all these attacks, if you don't have enemies, you're not doing enough.
Right.
So, for those people that consider yourself my enemy, thank you,
Right.
because that means I'm relevant in your life.
Right.
So, and my other favorite quote is I don't care what you think about me. I don't think about you at all.
There you go.
So, no, I appreciate you guys holding down the fort, allowing me to go on my crazy adventures that I get to go on. I try not to be gone for too long.
No,
So.
it was enough. I mean, we had a good time. We had a couple of really fun interviews. Got a lot of good information out. A couple other shows. You got my ass up early in the morning on Monday.
Well, and
Sorry,
you
Lenny.
and you already wake up on Wednesday mornings just to get the Stardom stats.
I do.
So
I was a little bit tardy today, and all I want to say to that is tang. Tang is my morning juice of choice. It was
Tang.
good enough for the astronauts. It was good enough for me.
Was that the question of the day?
I think it was the question of the day. I missed it. I just saw a lot of juice
What was
conversation.
the question of the day, Blake?
What is your go-to type of juice?
Ooh, just in general.
Yes.
Okay.
Jameson.
Right. For a long time, it was Clamato.
Yeah.
I like Clamato juice.
Yeah.
But it is so fattening and salty, but it's delicious.
In the morning, I like apple juice. I think it's kind of it's kind of a natural Red Bull for me.
Okay. A lot of sugar in that, too.
All right, people are wondering what I have here. If you haven't noticed, we have something on the table. And the other thing I missed was the opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
Did you guys get to see the opening ceremonies?
Watched
at
a
all?
bunch of it. It was interesting because they did it in like 4 locations. You know, 2 main locations. They did it in Cortina and in Milan. And they also did it in Lavagno. And there was a 4th place.
Torino?
So I don't know if it was Torino. It might have been.
No, it wasn't Torino. It was so I believe it was the ski jumping location and the snowboarding location is what they did. I believe it's like Perona, somewhere around there.
Because they were keeping the athletes close to their venues because it was, somewhere between 175 or 250 miles between Cortina and Milan. So there was big travel gaps. So when they did the opening ceremonies, if your venue was, say, in Cortina, you did the opening ceremony in Cortina. If your venue was in
So it was
Milan,
per event.
right?
Is where,
So they
where
brought-
you're
right.
ceremony- So they split up the countries.
Yes, they did. So you're looking
Yeah.
at there,
I
and
don't
it
like
was
that.
like,
Yeah, that's kind
I
of
don't
awful.
like that.
well, it was weird too because they would tell you the name of the country and the number of athletes for the country, and it was like 15 athletes,
And
and
you
then
see,
you'd go to
like,
one guy and a flag,
Yeah.
or one guy and a sign because he wasn't even the flag bearer. So the flag bearer was at a different venue or a different location, so it was wacky.
It's
So-
also they also brought like the coaches to walk out with some like the smaller countries as well.
yeah. Well, the coaches usually march with them as well, don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
they
so.
do. But right, they had to paper the room a little bit with that.
Yeah.
And,
So, yeah.
one thing I'll mention as well, like so the NBC graphics messed up on one thing. They didn't tell us which locations
Right.
on
As they were going back and forth.
Correct.
On
yeah.
It sounds super
however,
confusing and
It was.
I would be disappointed.
really
in
was.
that.
it really was confusing, and the reason I bring up just NBC is because if anyone watched the regular Olympic broadcast world feed that's produced by the Olympics themselves, they flashed up where each athlete's walking it. NBC didn't do that.
Right, and Peacock's not handling it great either as well. You've got a huge time difference. If you want to watch
I
these
haven't
things
seen anything.
live, you got to get up at like 5, 6, or
Yeah.
7 o'clock in the morning
Yeah,
to
there's
do
six,
it in real
6.5
time.
hours ahead
Yeah,
of us or something
so
like
so
that.
that's a lot of that.
Not half hours. There's 6 or 7 hours
Right.
depending on where it's at. So,
Hey,
no,
just
but I
remember.
haven't seen anything at all. In the closing ceremonies, are they all going to come back together?
Yes,
'Cause I think
they
that's
will.
part of the power
Well,
of
yeah,
it.
I think so,
Is all the
yeah.
athletes being together.
Yep.
They are going to be there, but this time it'll be in Cortina.
Cortina.
Yes,
Yep.
That's a small little mountain.
there's
up
only
there.
going to be 20,000 people.
All right.
Yeah, holy
and,
cow.
And Bobby, where I stayed on the last day was at about 12,000 feet. The highest we got to was 14,000 feet as we crossed from Quito to Tena. And it was, I was up. Your ears are popping at 14,000.
There you go.
Yeah.
Drive up, Cog Railway. How'd you get up there?
We took the bus,
Okay.
very narrow bus, and we stopped and we
Yeah,
had
very narrow roads.
We had lunch with the Apacas, which was kind of fun. I'll try and send a picture to Blake on that one. On the way to Tena, but they didn't realize that there was a bullfight in Tena,
Okay.
and it clogged up the roads. So that we had to take a detour in that section, which was pretty wild.
Was Tena down before you started getting up into the heights?
Tena is closer to that's near the Amazon.
Okay.
So that was about 2,000 feet.
All right, because I was wondering, I wasn't expecting a bullfight at 12,000 feet.
Yeah. So here's my buddy. I'm sending it to you, Blake. She let me get pretty close to her, but she was separated from the other one. She was a mama. She let me get pretty close to her, and then she started chewing really fast. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
She's gonna spit at you.
Your space. Your space.
Right.
So, and this was a cross between like a llama and a paca, at this really nice place where it had like some waterfalls there, and I walked across the bridge I wasn't supposed to. So, yeah, bridge too far.
What are they going to do? Throw you out of the country? You had to come home anyway.
Yeah, they needed
That's all.
our money.
That's all.
So, but getting back to the torch,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I did carry this in a couple years ago to Gypsy, and I don't know if you got to hold it. So,
I don't remember if I did.
All
I
right.
may have.
so this was when I was privileged enough to be a torchbearer for the Salt Lake City Olympics in 2002, but I carried it on December 7th
Mm-hmm. For
of,
Labor Day.
2001. Okay, so what happened on
September 11th.
September 11th,
Right.
2001?
Right.
Blake was 10 months old, 9 months, 12 months, 11 months old. He was coming up on his birthday. And I got to carry this. I got to carry 2 legs. So I ended up doing a half mile. It was like 0.25 or something like that, is what each leg was. But the person, unfortunately, who was behind me had a bad treatment and couldn't carry it. So I got to carry 2 legs, and I got to carry it in front of, along San Marco there, in front of the fort. So
That's
there you
cool.
Go ahead. It's got a little weight
It's
to it.
heavy, right.
It's got a
Yeah,
little weight to
yeah.
it. So, and it's got a key in the back because it runs off of butane.
Okay.
And what you do is you don't pass the torch itself. You hold it like this,
Right.
and then the flame jumps from your flame to their flame to light theirs. Key is this is made of glass here, so you got to make sure you don't hit.
Knock them, right.
So, but it was one of the coolest things when you hear, and I get choked up when I talk about it. When you hear the kids from the elementary schools that are sitting along the streets just chanting you, and you're the one that's getting to do this. I mean, besides the kids being born,
Right.
it was one of the biggest honors of my life.
I can see that. And now you and Snoop Dogg have something in common.
Yeah, me and Snoop.
Yep, that's
Well,
it,
the
that's
good
it.
news is, well, I don't know if Snoop did 96, but
No,
I think
but
I did it first, Snoop.
yeah, no, he did it. He did it recently. He did Paris, and this one.
Oh, so see, I got to do L.A. and Salt Lake City again because I need a torch for Ty and one for Maeve.
Right.
So I got So anybody want to
Send-
do this? And how I got
Send your application in. Right.
how I got this one makes it even more special. It was because the kids I was taking care of at Parks and Rec wrote the essay. They got sent to the Olympic Committee, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very great. Look, it's an absolute honor. It's something that is completely unique, and a lot of people don't get that opportunity or occasion.
No.
So it really is something that's very, very special. Now, they set it up, so now, obviously, the town of St. Augustine, the city of St. Augustine knew that the torch relay was coming through the city.
Yeah,
Okay.
but a lot of the people that carried the torch were from out of town.
Okay.
It was about half in town and half out of town. So that was kind of unique also. It was, like I said, it was about 50% locals, 50% out of towners that carried it through our town.
Okay, who are the other locals that did it? People we may know.
Brian Wilson,
Of the Beach Boys, fabulous.
different Brian Wilson.
Okay.
But,
Equally as fabulous,
yeah,
however.
Jack
Right.
Wilson Chevrolet.
Okay.
Carrie Johnson was one of them. And I apologize to the others that
No, I was just
that
curious,
were on there
yeah.
because those two are the ones that were on either side. Miss Michler from the school district, Martha Michler from the school district. She was on the bus with us. And there like I said, there were several
Right.
other people that had been given the honor. At that point, I think Miss Michler was a local principal. Carrie Johnson was, of course, the legend on her
Right.
three-wheel bicycle.
Right.
That,
Miss Carrie,
that was-
yeah.
I think she's the last woman who got me to sing. So,
So, and you did this well before the Olympics started, I take it. Because
yeah, it
once
was in
Olympic,
2000. The Olympics started in February,
right?
in Salt Lake City, and I did this because it was on this coast,
Right.
and then they had to run all the way across the country. I did this on December 7th, so we were like week 1 or 2 of the U.S. legs of it getting across there.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the relay. So December 7th. So this would have been day 4 of the relay.
Yeah, I thought it was first week or 2.
Yeah,
So-
because it landed in Atlanta on December 4th.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. And so when they extinguish the cauldrons or the Olympic flames, which I think they've got at least 2, if not 4 now for this Olympics, because the flames
only have
are-
2.
Only 2, just Cortina and Milan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. They suck a little of the flame out, and pretty soon after, I think the torch relay for the next Olympics starts.
Yeah.
It's a long time to walk around the world with that thing.
Well, I don't know if it starts that quick. I think it's.
I don't think so.
I think it
No?
starts a year in
Okay.
advance.
I think it depends on country by country. I remember when Beijing got the Olympics, like they started in 2007 because of how much they want to cover China.
Right.
But with like a small like Salt Lake City, it only lasted 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, no, but it was really cool.
Yeah, very.
And this was, there was a little bit of internet at that time, but it wasn't as big. There wasn't social media. There was no Facebook. There wasn't none of that stuff.
Have you seen? So, have you ever gone back and seen who all carried the flame? Like so it was like some of the most famous people that had the flame.
In 2002?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever have. So who's some of the people?
So starting in Atlanta.
Who's my brethren?
So
When you have the reunions, who are you
So,
going to
so,
meet?
so you shared the flame with Muhammad Ali, Evander
name.
Holyfield, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Darius Rucker, Jeff Gordon, the Williams sisters, Dan Marino. I'm trying to see who else. David Robinson, Lance Armstrong when he was
When he was cool.
When he was legal, right?
Troy Aikman. Let's see, crossover to Mississippi.
But you know what? I was the first Troy to carry it.
Indeed. Oh, you also shared it with Mario Lemieux
There you
There you
go.
go.
and Ricky Rudd, Cal Ripken Jr. You also
A lot of race car drivers standing up.
Christopher Reeve, Rudy Giuliani, Ann Curry. You also who else? Let's see. I'm trying to see who else.
Christopher Reeve in his wheelchair. That's impressive.
Yeah. And you also
Too early
got
for
Tom
the
Is
joke.
Tom Izzo, Gordie Howe, or Aretha Franklin.
Oh, my girl.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. You also got some
visualize that.
indie. You also got Ozzie Smith, Kurt Warner.
There you go.
All right.
Let's see.
That's a pretty good list.
Yep.
That's a good list to be involved in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and Sally Ride as well.
Oof.
Okay.
Magic Johnson, Larry King, Carl Lewis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Martin Sheen, Aaron Brockovich,
Aaron Brockovich. there you
Barry
go.
Bonds, Willie Mays.
All right.
William Mays, say hey.
Yeah. Let's see. Trying to see who else. I'm going through Iowa right now. No one. John Elway.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you got let's see, who else do we got? Spencer Ickles. We also got it went through the Brigham Young University,
Okay.
and then Carl Malone and Steve Young.
Yeah.
So good
Could have
list.
done
Good
without
list.
the Carl Malone one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So, somebody needs
but
to
Steve
deliver,
Young-
Somebody needs to deliver the mail.
Steve Young. Yeah. Yeah. I don't-
No?
no, he's not on my fun list. So.
You tell him that.
Do some research, Lenny.
Oh, I would. I can tell you right now, he's bigger than me.
Oh, yeah.
What he did, I would call him out on it. So, yeah, somehow he got through his career without that hurting his entire career. So, you know what he did, right?
I don't.
He impregnated a 13-year-old girl.
Oh, he's Jeffrey Epstein's friend.
Yeah. So, but he's a Hall of Famer and a Dream Teamer.
No.
So, yeah,
I know.
I'm going to wrap that bad boy back up because we're going to take it to trivia tonight.
Yeah.
Let people hold it at trivia like I promised
That'll be
when
fun.
I was intoxicated.
Yes.
I'm not drinking tonight, by the way. You know, I know
we'll see how
people
long that holds up
People
there.
are going to be shocked. No, I got to let my body adjust.
Okay.
So, all right. We have a lot of other stuff to talk about. I mean, you had.
We do?
I thought we did.
I did, but apparently they did it without me.
Oh yeah, the
Crotch gate?
the penis gate.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, there are two aspects to it. One is unconfirmed that some of the ski jump, and this is your favorite thing when you found out that ski jump hills were very small. You were so disappointed when you thought they would be
Yeah,
they
I
would be
was
huge,
I was
and they
very
weren't.
disappointed. I thought I was going to look up and see this, and they're probably a little bit higher. Blake, I think we looked at this. What's the height from ground to launch point of a ski jump? Because it's only like 10, 15 feet off the ground. So,
But while he's
and it's
looking
more
at it,
falling than going up in the air.
right?
So,
And if you're my age and you watch,
It's usually like around 20 feet.
It's 20
Okay.
feet. I
Yeah.
didn't feel like
Two-story
it was
building. It's
So
got enough a two-story building.
Average so it's like the tallest you could possibly go is like 20 feet, but usually takeoff tables like around 10 to 15 feet.
Yeah, that's about where I was at when I was in Steamboat Springs in Aden,
And
where they did the training for the Olympic
Right.
Center for Colorado Springs.
well, I will tell you that, if you're my age and you used to watch Wide World of Sports on the weekends in the
Agony of
morning,
Defeat, yeah.
the agony of defeat was the poor guy going off of the side of the ski jump. Man, every week.
He fell about halfway down.
Agony of defeat. Whomp.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Yeah.
And he's just skis going everywhere. And yeah, he did go. Now that guy did go to the hospital that day because he I think he got a concussion, but he was released that same night.
Right. As opposed to poor Lindsey Vaughn is on her third surgery on her leg now. She snapped.
When is she supposed to, or did she not compete? I don't know.
She did compete.
So, all right.
She did compete.
Spoiler alert.
Okay.
Lasted 30 seconds before she crashed.
Oh.
Yeah, she was like 13 seconds into the run, and her ski pole caught a gate, and it threw her off, and then she just tumbled, and she exploded
Yeah.
and broke her leg in, what was it, 3 places maybe?
Oh. So, on top
Yeah.
of the knee thing.
Right.
And there's
I mean,
this-
she was skiing without her ACL attached to anything. She didn't have the ACL was just dangling in
Poor lady.
there, and then she did that, and they had to airlift her out, and then she went
No,
surgery.
I didn't see any of this.
Yeah.
So,
It was tough because I was listening to the women's combined yesterday, and they were talking about how the next skier up was an American teammate, and she had a hold in the ready position up in the starting house for a half an hour, during which they had to bring the helicopter in, lower the gurney down to the ice and to the snow, and they're listening to poor Lindsey Vaughn screaming in agony while this is going on, because the woman is just in excruciating pain, and that's one tough lady. So if she's in that much pain and exhibiting it through screaming, it was not good. And she had 2. I think she's on her 3rd surgery today, possibly to repair the leg. So. And the only quote I saw out of it was her father said, "Well, that's terrible, but I hope it ends her career. He can't take it anymore."
yeah.
So, and it's for a parent to see their child go through something
I
like
can't imagine.
that.
So, and it's that heartbreak. I mean, it's so hard to get to even make the team
Right.
and to be at the level where she was at. And
Amazing determination.
yeah, so
Yeah.
So
Too bad.
quick
Yeah.
quick recovery.
Yeah, just get yourself healthy and get back. You can ski recreationally.
She's had an amazing
Right.
career.
Absolutely, nobody can take that away from her. And by the way, Michaela Schifrin, didn't medal in the slalom combined.
Yeah.
Her downhill partner set her up, was in first place, and Michaela Schifrin was, slow out of the house and didn't medal, and I think she ended up in 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So that was surprising for everybody. But she's got 2 more events to get back on the podium. So we'll see what happens with her, because that's just wild stuff, man. I mean, I remember the olden days when the slalom was the 2 poles with the little flag across the top,
Yeah.
and it was a lot. Now it's just a little whip stick.
Yeah,
that they're-
and they flex because people would catch a ski and have big injuries, and that seems like what happened to her.
Yeah.
They went to these
Right. Little whip things. Right.
safer
So
scenarios, and this is what happens.
So on their ski poles now, it looks like the top of a sword, because they've got that big hand grip on their ski poles. So when they get through the gates, they knock the gates out of the way. So they're wearing shin protectors on both legs, and these big things that looks like what would be the handle of a sword, a big conquistador sword, and that's so they knock the gates out of the way, and they go whipping off their legs as well. Because if you didn't, I can imagine how bruised they would be from these things snapping at you.
Yeah.
All
they're
at
pretty
70, 80
they're
miles an
pretty
hour.
padded.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well,
I think
don't know
they're
if
kind of
padded.
compressed,
they're
actually.
insulated. Yeah,
right.
they're
Yeah,
insulated.
they're kind of
pretty good.
compressed.
So they probably leave a mark.
Yep,
That's
I would
gonna
think
leave
so.
a mark.
Yes, I would think so.
But quick recovery for her. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some of the highlights of the Olympics so far? Because I have not seen one coverage of the Olympics. When does hockey begin?
So women
Friday,
hockey
maybe?
So,
Women's are crushing.
so it's actually men's have already started. I believe women's are already in the bracket right now. I believe.
Okay.
So also Team USA could have won mixed doubles and curling, but we finished in silver place. So
My new favorite sport.
We have, and that's fun. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's like Canada's like second favorite sport, like
Right.
behind hockey.
Right. And I understand why. It's fascinating.
Where are the Americans on the medal count?
Medal
we
count.
never
Not
do. We
good.
never do
medal
great.
count right now is so US now has 12 medals
All right.
total.
We picked up.
We have 4 gold, 6 silver, 2 bronze.
Okay. And who's
But how about them Italians?
who's number one? The Italians.
So Norway and Italians are tied with the most right now, but Norway has the most golds with 7.
Okay.
Italians have 4, and so it's Norway with 7, then the U.S., Italy, and then Switzerland with 4 gold medals.
We usually do really well in speed skating.
Okay. We're getting
We
there.
usually do pretty well on the figure skating side. And
Right. We're doing good in figure
in
skating.
hockey, we usually do medal. We don't always win, but we usually do medal.
Well, the women's team is just dominating.
Yeah.
They beat Canada. The U.S. women's team shut out Canada 5-0, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
So they're just mowing down whoever's playing against them, and there's no expectation that they're not going to get the gold. I don't believe.
And there were a couple people on our trip from Canada, and I was asking them, what their frustration level is. First off, they're frustrated with their own economy and where they're at, and then they're frustrated with Trump and the things that he says that's just so derogatory. Like the 4 people that were there say, "I'm just not coming to the U.S." So, and one's in Toronto, which is really close to Buffalo, and he's a Bills fan. The gentleman I was watching,
Right. The game with right.
with.
Good for yeah.
And so I kind of wanted to get their perspective, from a Switzerland stance, sort of view.
Right.
And it was an interesting conversation. But the Ecuadorian people love U.S. Because 80% of their tourism is from the United States.
Right.
Then the second one is Germany and the Netherlands. Believe it or not. So we had a couple from China there, but by way of the United States. So
Okay. It's a long trip too. Yeah, I'm always amazed at the west coast of South America, how much Asian influence and participation there is, even in the culture and in the population. And it makes sense because it's the complete other side of the Ring of Fire, but it's a straight shot, right across the Pacific. So if you're gonna float east, you're gonna hit Peru.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit Chile. So it's kind of interesting.
Well, I didn't realize how long the war lasted between Peru and Ecuador. It was from the 50s all the way to 98.
And I'll show my ignorance in the fact that I didn't even know there was a Peruvian-Ecuadorian war.
Yeah, Blake, can you pull that up real quick and see what stats you can give us on that war? Because there was so much corruption with the Ecuadorian government when Peru prevailed. They got a large portion of land from Ecuador at that time in '98, and I didn't realize how reliant Ecuador is on their oil production.
Really?
So I didn't think
You don't think of them as a
Ecuador-
petro state.
I did not think of them as, but Texaco went in 62, pretty much killed a lot of the environment that it saved. And the government of Ecuador sees their natural habitat as a citizen of Ecuador.
Okay.
So they have citizens' rights. So if someone violates against something in the environment, it would be like me attacking you. Which I found that very interesting that Ecuador took that drastic of measure for that. Any luck, like?
So there was like no official death count from many of like the Ecuador Peruvian wars. The most recent conflict was the Cenepa War in 1995, estimates range from like 100 to 500 deaths, but Ecuador was supported by Chile, Argentina, and the United States.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Peru.
Yeah. But Peru ended up prevailing.
Right.
So evidently we didn't help a whole lot.
Exactly right. You know.
Yeah.
But Texaco was there for 30 years. They built a lot of the roads that we were on this this last trip. But it sounds like Ecuador is really starting to get there together.
Was there a lot of I do have to ask because it was Texaco. Was there a lot of Davy Allison merchandise there?
No, there was not. No, Texaco is not popular in the
Right.
country. They are very much frowned upon. They actually lost like an $8 billion suit to the country of Ecuador because of what they did, and the corruption within the country at the time when that payment was made. That money disappeared and it didn't go where it was supposed to go.
Right. Well.
So it sounds like they're trying to get some stuff together right now. And the people, I mean, thank you for letting me visit your country. And we really, really enjoy a welcoming host like that. So,
Did you get one of those very colorful crocheted or knitted hats that the Ecuadorians wear?
well, believe it or not, people, Panama Hat Company
Right.
is in Ecuador.
Right.
Okay. And the Panama Hat Company sprung out of, it was part of the uniforms for the people that worked on the Panama Canal. But it came from Ecuador.
I'm talking about when the ones the indigenous people wear that are very, very colorful.
No, I didn't get one of those. So, and where we were at, that wasn't. I saw them in shops, but I never. Where we were at, that wasn't a thing.
Okay.
We were in the Amazon rainforest for the most part of our stay. So we did Quito, the Amazon rainforest for a couple of days, and then we went up to the Andes.
Did it rain or was it not rainy season?
It was the rainy season, and it rained one time in the middle of the night. The rest of the time, it was sunshine and beautiful.
Good.
The people from Ontario and from Toronto, I thought they were going to sweat to death. The one lady said there was 47 inches of snow on the ground, and it was negative 27 where she was from.
Yeah.
So, and she was from the Ontario area.
Ooh, it's chilly up north, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So there was some people from Arizona, some Illinois, Chicago people, but the people from Chicago, the one couple grew up in Quito.
Okay.
So they were pretty knowledgeable, and we're amazed at how much it had changed since they had been
They
there.
grew up in Quito.
Yeah. So they were an older couple. They were in their 70s. So amazing trip though. Shouldn't have ate the worm. So next time, if you guys ever go, if it's an honor, purposely lose so you don't have to eat the worm. Because then at the point when I won it, then it was like I couldn't get out of it. So
Well, right.
I can tell you this: I can still win at Fear Factor on the eating stuff because
Better than me.
I was able to get it down.
Better you than me.
Yeah, show that wiggly worm one more time, Blake.
Did you chew it or did you just swallow it whole?
Well, you can see in the video. Are
you ruminating?
I chewed it, and then the skin of it, like all the guts came out, and then you swallowed that, and you swallow that portion of it. There you go. You can see him moving.
Yeah.
So you can see him moving right there. So all the guts came out, and then you ate that part. But I was like, oh wow, it's really chewy. The guy, he goes, yeah, jungle bubble gum is what he called it. And believe me, there's another video that's too gross for me to show where I had the skin of the weevil on my tongue and I stuck it out. I thought Rebecca was going to throw up. So.
And she didn't even eat it, right?
No, she didn't even eat it. So.
She probably didn't give you a kiss for the next 4 days either if she was smart.
I
Brush your teeth.
I brushed my teeth as soon as I got back.
Okay.
So, and when they say don't drink the water, don't drink the water.
There you go.
And if you see ice in it, make sure it has the hole in it. That's the filtered ice and not the homemade ice. Right. So
that's a good travel tip, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure it has that little indention in it. When you go to any third world country, and this one's technically not a third world country, but it has third world vibes to it.
Right. Right. Yeah. So, I mean, Mexico's not a third world country either, and you don't drink the water there.
Yeah.
So
it's old. It's an old country.
Right.
And it was funny because like a lot of the crossover Spanish dates that we learned in the history. And Daniel, I got to give Daniel a huge shout out. He was our tour guide, very knowledgeable guy, loves his country. But a lot of the Spanish crossover, Quito was started in 1535.
Long time ago.
We
Older than St. Augustine.
we were started in 1565. But Ponce hit here in 1512, 1513.
Yeah, 12, 13, yeah.
Yeah. So it was like all this stuff happened between Ponce landing here and Menendez starting our country. The Francisco priest and the Jesuits are huge there.
Really? Okay.
Jesuits are huge there. They're the ones that kind of taught the native people to read by using the Bible.
Big on education.
And then when they read the Bible, that's how they were able to convert.
Right, okay.
They didn't do the hard conversion like convert or I kill you.
Right.
They
right.
taught them to read the Bible, and then that's how they kind of naturally morphed into Catholicism.
Okay.
So.
All right, we're winding down here, but
Yeah,
I did come up with something that was kind of intriguing. Olympic athletes and their paramours. So, we all know, or most people know that Simone Biles is married to Joshua Owens, who is a football player, an NFL player.
Yeah.
What I did just learn today
He's
is
with
that
the Eagles. Is that who he's?
he was with the Bears.
Okay.
And then I think he might have gotten traded to the Packers. And I don't know if he's on a team now.
Gotcha.
But I just found out today, and then the other one that I knew a couple of days ago, Jake Paul,
Okay.
boxing big boy,
Yeah.
is engaged
social
to
media guy.
Jutta. Yeah, he's engaged to Jutta Leerdam, the Dutch speed skater who just won a gold medal.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. And then the one that I found really even more interesting is Chloe Kim, little snowboarder.
Yeah.
She won a gold in the last Olympics. She's trying to repeat a gold this Olympics. Is dating Myles Garrett,
Okay.
Defensive Player of the Year.
Wow.
Yep.
So I mean, and that's the other event we're usually pretty good at is snowboarding.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I mean, isn't Nadia Comaneci, or she was married to like Kirk Thomas?
The other gymnast?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Blake, can you do a quick search? Nadia Comaneci, who's she married to? Or Bobby will probably know off the top of his head.
Right.
So,
We love Bobby.
all right. Any shout outs you have there, Lenny?
Nope. Just welcome home. Glad you had a great trip. Don't make me eat the weevil, and we'll all get along just
Bart
fine.
Connor.
Bart Connor.
Okay. Another
Sorry.
gymnast. Yeah.
The other
yeah,
gymnast.
Yeah.
So, always got those two.
Okay. That's
So-
cool, though.
Blake, any shout outs that you need to get out because we got to get over to trivia and we
Yes,
got to get
we
down to
do.
one vehicle.
No more Storium tomorrow.
Huh? Normal
Yes.
Stoidum tomorrow.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, it was normal. It's normal time, normal everything. We had a Blevins represented, so we're good. So,
Yep.
all right. Thank you guys. Great to be back. Appreciate you guys and appreciate all our sponsors. Get out there and support them. Bye now.
See you
Bye,
tomorrow.
everyone.